Hi teammates, we'll dive into some mysteries. So this here at the top is a phrase that went into the gematria, and I don't know if these ones that are like receipts are doing anything for you. I connect them to my life a little bit and they can be in the moment too, but this one I especially altered a little bit and made it more like my life and dealing with stuff that touches on my middle school when Ocean's 12 came out, and also the West Point symbolism and Austin Powers and Christina Kraus, this girl I dated in California and Irvine, and all this stuff. So, and she was on a show called Southern Nights, actually, and there's a lot of symbolism there, but she had a boob job done, and we were friends. We didn't really date. Like, I didn't like ask her out. We would kind of like meet up and like mess around type thing. But she was a nice girl, but she shows up in the symbolism as Christ in a cross, and it's connected to the chest a little bit, and just that's why, and it's the KK right there. So then EE, of course, is like going through these pseudo 42 months, for however long we are. I went through one for sure, which ended on May 27th, 2019, and that was the Chuckwalla-headed creature. But anyway, this is mixed in with some Jonathan Kleck symbolism as well for if he comes out with a new video, just hoping for things. It's mixed in with a little hope there, and hope that he'll, come out with something that really brings everyone together, because he's someone that took the deal, but he's still on YouTube, like making videos. So it's kind of a contradiction. But, and there's even a push for me to do that stuff. And like, I've made a log of all videos, just printed off a paper that lists all my video titles. So that helps a little bit, but I don't know if I'll stop making videos or not. I'd like to finish off as a faithful sheep, that would be like how I would want to kind of go out. But if I'm making videos until the last day, that's fine too. It's whatever God wants me to do. So I'm sure he'll point me in the right direction. I'm just trying to keep faith, but I don't want to be manipulated by the Revelation 17 woman who is like the Queen of England type, the Lilith type. I just don't want to be manipulated. That's why. And, I'm trying to find something that I can do that would be a job that wouldn't be selling out, But I don't know if at this point, with the transgressors coming to the full and even to the extreme now, if we go off of that Paul Walker symbolism, that was 2013, now we're in 2019, It's been 6 years, and that's also mentioned in Daniel 8, that would be the time that the sanctuary and the host are given to be trampled underfoot. So it kind of goes with that, but now Obama office read Lee, I'm having trouble reading. Like, the letters will look like something else when I'm reading. So that's kind of a deal, and I thought that was the game Marlon Brando ring that I stole, but maybe everyone else is having that problem too, and it's kind of like the rosemary symbolism of the It sacrifice with the Cyrus type dark places. Like, they're transporting people there in the Predator style shrinking mechanisms, and at night, and doing bad things to people. I don't know exactly, but that symbolism does show up, so just keep that in mind, and let's just keep mercy, and let's pray to Jesus, because we need Jesus. I mean, in my symbolism, he also conquered the whole universe. So he's someone that is a hero to us. No matter how many reincarnations you have, he is the epitome of a hero because he conquered the whole universe and did a whole lot of other good things too. So it's like we need him, you know, more than just to be saved by faith and grace. It's more like we need him to save us in this current world and current situation, which is the blessed hope of the rapture. So, but yeah, Lee Rosemary, Burdens, Hook, LWC, you'll see that there with this. But anyway, let me get this here. Let me try to focus this. 567 full reduction, 3140 reverse Frank Piconis, 612 full reduction KV, and 584 keypad. I'm using the keypad cipher a lot recently because I think it means something. But the 347 .004 and then divided by the 3140, you get 1105, 1082, 8025, all that number there. And then that long number at the bottom there, 0.189. Okay, so what I did was I broke down, I went to 189 AD, 230 AD, 869 AD, and then stopped there. And I'll show you all this. Eleutherios, so be on the watch for Jonathan Clegg to have a video, you know, because he's associated with that Eleuthera. So Eleutherius 189. And what we're going over right now is this guy here, Geoff Zanelli. Okay, so this is all Geoff Zanelli. And you can see all this here. So when I'm looking at this is all Geoff Zanelli, who we went over in my last video, who has ties to the Disturbia film, especially, but also a lot of other films. So Eleutherius. Now this guy, this is what happened whenever the Bedingfield type family, you know, or people associated with it, like the precursors to it, basically the ones that were in England before the Norse got there, before the Norway guys, Norway that went to France and then England. They early on said that they wanted to be Christian, and it could have been for sinister reasons, you know, and that's why this is associated with the leopard a little bit, but or actually a lot. But anyway, they did request to be Christian. So that was like when this guy was formed, this Geoff Zanelli, and his first form was a leopard. So just stay with me here. I don't mean to be bald or whatever. I'm just trying to show you, I'm just trying to connect the dots so you know you have the background. And then 230, Pope Urban I ordered the making of silver vessels, patents for 25 titular churches. Now this is Army Ham, the ones that left, you know, like the military academies or whatever. That's something that could be Army Ham V, like they're going to the secret places and bad things are happening to them. Is Cells, and then Leopard Obama, okay, and that's associated with the Dale a little bit, but and that's kind of like a Jonathan Clegg scene whenever someone did an artistic drawing on his face. That's the same thing that happened to me kind of at this Texas Roadhouse, but we don't have to go into that. But it was just a weird thing that happened with this guy that was from the Air Force. But now Army Humvee, so this is just another way of saying it's the leopard, you know, because Obama is the one who paid all that money to have the secret places stocked or whatever, you know, like to have the secret places built. They might have been built before, but he like stocked them or something, and then connected it with the FEMA for Islam that was coming over. So, okay, and then here's the big one, 869 Jasaw Chan, Stella 11 ruler. Now on the left is the eunuch laying down inside E teeth, 3 teeth. Boxer 2 claws like Wolverine's son, okay? Hitting in mouth but also claw on opposite side. E face facing right, okay? The E face is this three teeth thing. It's a, I don't know exactly what it's a eunuch laying down, but then 4 teeth top, 4 eyes, pickle jar pineal, and fan helmet sides. So he kind of has both. If you go off of like my eyes, and if this, I was connecting this to myself, he would have the opposite of what I have. You know, he's got the pickle jar and the fan helmet sides, which is the wine bottle, okay, which is of Eve and of 7. Head tilted with top facing right, cracked thumb, boxer glove hitting head. Okay, so the cracked thumb is represented there. And then this is on the right, okay. So I'll show you what I got for all this. Now, he's as bounty hunter, Mandalorian crest, okay. DRO peg, that's connected to myself. LWC tier equals year. And this means that he was all heaven sections. G weight is G Jabba, Boba, okay. D is leopard, Trick Tough, and Jasaw Columbia. This is connected to Washington District of Columbia. Okay, so I broke that down with this gas station that has TVs and stuff. It's kind of cool, and it overlooks the city. It's a good spot. I like it, but it's kind of crazy. It's in a gas station. But okay, then this is connected with the crab anaconda symbolism, the cracked thumb there, like how you get a crab open. How you get the meat out of a crab is represented there with the anaconda. And Hawaii Pineal wine bottle helmet, both characteristics of G and Eve. Elizabeth Bess Truman is the red 4. 11/5 possible is the date there. Just looking into dates and times a little bit, but the point to take away from this is that he has been living 10,000 years equals 1 year since since I was at LWC, which is 2011. So this Geoff Zanelli, that's what he's been, that's like his burden type, okay? Okay, so this is connected with the Psalm 87 a little bit, that this man was born here. These would be his forms, you know. Is Psalm 87 talking about Geoff Zanelli? I don't know, but he's another typecast, just like we're going to show someone who was a typecast in one of my previous videos today. So then all this right here broken down is this. Peace sign but as animal, that's the leopard. He was an actual leopard animal, not Obama. He was an actual leopard, the animal, okay? So he kind of has symbolism of Nebuchadnezzar, who was my dad, okay, Hu Yi. Rebel Alliance Star Wars, broken on left, okay? He's as kind of like a driver, but he's broken on the laughing side, the laughing like merciful side, okay? Non-flipper laughing as well, okay? But not red, okay? So you got to be careful there with that Blade Batman, because he's in between. He's not, that's, you know, that's just how he is. But head down H, okay, equals that, right, that in there, this right here, this thing that I'm covering with my finger, that's what that is. Okay, and Branch and twig on left from his body. Circle northeast pointing. 2 legs, right circle, left square. Okay. Cup pointing to northwest. That's the invasion of the Russians and Chinese and Australians from the northwest. T of bottom foundation is the Tammuz, which relates to the Jack Chick comics, which, you know, all these third party men, they all relate to me somehow, and that's what this is with this man was born here. Okay, so now take all this to the Lord, okay? So I'll let you look at all this here. Jesod Chan Kawil, Stella 2 ruler. Okay. So then this is the breakdown here, the overview. All these are Geoff Zanelli. 1, he was a leopard in Ethiopia. 2, Jesod Chan Kawil. 2, okay, the second, all right. 3, Geoff Zanelli, every year equals 10,000 years since October 20th, 2011. Now, what you'll see with his star, okay, and let me be clear here, I'm not very good with the stellarium. I don't know where all this stuff is. Like, I get on there and look at where the satellites are going. That's like my thing. I look at like where the satellites are going on there, and for dates and times. That's just to be like a watchman on the wall. That's all I know about it. So the way I explain this may not line up with it exactly, but I'm going into detail tonight and hopefully it all makes sense. Like, this is what it looks like, you know. So just bear with me. His constellation is, because I think that's the way you're finding these, is a limo with back tires bigger than the front tires and a parachute attached to back top and front top. Okay, that's what his limo, like Burt Reynolds reference in Happy Gilmore. Okay, so, and that's Geoff Zanelli. All right, so now what I saw, and this is the tie-in for everything we're going over today, is a keyboard with wires connected to wide and tall tree. Alan Grant and 2 grandchildren of John Hammond are in the tree. You'll find V. Ardeni there, okay? So that could be Dee Dee, my aunt. You could find her star there. I just heard the words like, this is how it came to me. It was like, you'll find Harvey Dent there, like Joker says. But then I was like, what is it really? And then it was I heard switch it around, and it was V. Ardeni there. Okay, so that could be like a marker to show you something, you know, but that's like my RAM coming out of me. I don't know exactly, but it's more like a, you know, just vision. It's like a free vibing vision. But and then I think that if you use the birth dates of the grandchildren of John Hammond and also Alan Grant, then you'll find all this stuff. Okay, so that's like the tie-in. I'm not going to break down Alan Grant and the 2 grandchildren. I'm not breaking them down. I'm just showing you what this is. So here's the tree, okay? Here's the tree. This is what the tree looks like. It's wide and tall, and then it has it has brush, and then it has these branches that go out. Okay, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those that jut out like that. So, and then here's the wire, and then there's the keyboard, okay? So, here it is. To the top middle and moving to the middle right of the tree is Matthew Brandon Ross creature as pod and big tall tree. he is as a Spinosaurus dragon, and that's a dragon with one head is what I saw. You may see more heads, but I saw one head, like the Chinese or Wales dragon. And the outward spine can go in, like it can jut out and then go in, and he becomes Optimus Prime when it goes in, okay? And that's Optimus Prime from Beast Wars, okay, as the gorilla. Optimus Primal. 5 branches jut far out from tree. The 5 pairs of wings, okay? These are the 5 wings of the creatures we're going over today. Then for those, I saw this. I was like, well, how do they know? And this is what came to me. And this was see closest to main brush of tree, and then farthest part of fading branch. Okay, so that's how you see the wings. All right, so now I see Ken Elm Digby. Now he was Johnny P.S. who died. This guy that was at Participation Station and was Jeremy's guide. Okay, and he was also Santa. He would dress up as Santa for the PS gathering for the holidays. And he was a veteran of the Vietnam War. Before that, he was Satan in Gyuyoto. I'm being serious. Now, his creature, and the creature for all these forms, is a badger with the head of a dragonfly. Okay, see Digby Slap, Slop, Slit World video. Alright, so that's Ken Elm Digby. Then, from Annabelle Carasy Rapture Symbol video. What he does is he pushes the 7 Dogon and kicks one to below where Hajek is. And he's as a man with snake head. And that's Annabelle Carasy, okay? And Hajek is Thaddeus Hajek, the View symbol, that video. Okay, if it's in parentheses, that's the video. Old man with briefcase in left hand, gun in right hand is the constellation there. He's as a human. Was also Silvestro Carola. And then the old man has a hat on like Bradley Cooper in the film American Sniper. So it's like a baseball cap type, but just like that film there. So you got those, and then Ignazio Janti Jeremiah is the video. It talks about Pius Cosmo Sixtus represent Tyr. They all represent Tyr and his burdens and sufferings of what he goes through and what he's inflicted as well. 11 years, then Jeremiah. Okay, so that was a big point in that video, but I'll keep going here. Poison ivy growing on a wall is the constellation. Pyro from X-Men 2 on top of the wall. His birthday only, okay, is important there. His birthday only. Pyro's birthday, okay, but that's the creature of this Ignazio Dante Jeremiah. Then Othniel Charles Marsh. This video was under people and blogs category because I used KET, Kentucky Entertainment Television, Kentucky Educational Television or whatever, and I think YouTube blocked it. So Othniel Jurassic symbolism. Now he is Shadow Ketu from the Indian Hindu myth with head of an elephant. Now, I said, is there anything else, my lord? And what he showed me was the tree that we're talking about is taken by a storage bin truck to underneath Gardum as foundation of new heaven. Okay? And then here's the tree. So right here, let me get a... Okay. Right there is Zanelli. Okay? The one that's not marked that moves is this one here. The Matthew Brennan Ross. Okay? That's the one that moves. It goes from there to there. The arrow there. Hey Jack is right here. Okay? Kind of like the middle of the trunk on the right side. Ignazio Dante is in the wire going to the keyboard. Excuse me. Satan is right here, bottom left, the very bottom of the tree trunk on the left. That's Satan. Kersey is right there, kind of like in the middle of the top of the trunk, almost to the brush area. And then Marsh is a cluster. He's as a cluster. And I don't know why he would be, I don't know what that means exactly, but I was just shown, draw a cluster for him, and that's what it was. And he's in the left bottom of the brush. Okay, so I'll zoom in on this a little bit, and the music just ended, so have a good night, teammates.